and happy new year. After taking a couple of weeks off for the holidays, which I hope were fantastic for you, we're back with a new edition of our weekly blog here. Now, if I was to ask you, what month do you think most people in the market for a new home start their home search? Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team at eXp Realty. And if you were like the vast majority of people, your answer would more than likely be April. And the reason I say that is that traditionally kind of is considered a kickoff of the busy spring selling season or buying season. So the busy real estate season, I should say. But if that would be your answer, fact of the matter is it would actually be wrong. And this was actually a bit of a surprise to me when I first got this information. So if we go back and look last year, look at 2019, would you believe, according to Realtor.com, the most number of views per listing that they received was actually in February. And January was only 1% behind February's activity level. So January and February are actually the most popular months for people to start a home search. So why is that? Truth be told, I have no idea. I mean, honestly, why would it move forward? Because if you go back years, then the March-April timeframe was definitely outranking the others. It was, listings started to pick up, inventory started to pick up, and that is when it was traditionally the start of the busy season. So it's moving back towards the beginning of the year. Now, although I say I don't know, I do have a couple of ideas. And those ideas are that for several years now, the amount of homes for sale, the amount of inventory in the market has been relatively restricted. It's been constrained. With that in mind, it has been taking buyers longer than it has in years past to actually find a home. Their home search may last 3, 4, 5 months. Because just a couple of years ago, you'd put an offer out there and you could be outbid. And you may write offers on 5, 8, 10, 12, 15 homes before you finally get an offer accepted. So with that in mind, you're starting to see that the buyer mentality is that it's going to take longer. The process itself is going to take longer. In addition to that, if we look at this year, there's a couple of things. One is, just before recording this here today, I went and, reread some of the blog posts that I did at the beginning of last year. And there was a lot of talk about a shifting market. And the market has shifted, but in a little bit different way than what was originally expected. The overall real estate market's still really, really strong. Interest rates are really low, and all of the loan limits have been increased. So for VA loans, for instance, there's no longer an upper loan limit. There's no longer a max. For FHA and conventional financing, the loan limits across the board have all been raised. So that's making it easier for people to take advantage of the lower interest rates at a higher purchase price. Also, if you're in the market to possibly sell your home, now might be a good time. In fact, click back and look at some of the blog posts I did between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you'll see we talked about that. Why taking advantage of the market now could be a good idea. There's less competition, and the number of homes for sale relative to the number of buyers this time of year, they're pretty good odds. So if you're in the market to sell, that gives you a good opportunity in the next couple of months. And again, for those buyers, it has been taking a lot longer. So it's not a bad idea to get everything lined up, get your ducks in a row, so to speak, get your mortgage pre-approval in place, and start looking now. Now, again, I don't have a definitive answer, and I don't think anyone does, on why the time frames are shifting a little bit. But those are my own thoughts. If you've got anything different, I'd love to hear from you. Or if you've been thinking about buying or selling and have questions about that process and you'd like some additional information, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to talk to you and set up an appointment. It's always a free consultation. And next week, we are actually going to be doing a review. We're going to look back at what the overall market did in 2019 and give a couple of projections on where we think 2020 is going to go.